All of you take pen and paper and keep. You can write the structures. It's very interesting to write the structures. So we will learn that. Okay. Now, last class we were discussing about the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, we were discussing about the structural illustration of glucose. What is the structure of glucose? I will write it at the corner so that you can. As I told you, I will write only the OH, but you have to write all the hydrogens. Okay. This is the structure of glucose. Second right, third left, fourth, fifth right. Right now you learn like that. Now how did we prove the structure? Anybody remembers how did we prove the structure? All the points? One by one. Bharadwaj, first point.
I don't remember anything.
You don't remember. Krupa?
Even I don't remember.
These things you can never forget. Even at the middle of the night, if somebody wakes you up, even if you don't answer P block, I will not be surprised. But these things, it should be on your fingertips. That is why these things have to be studied after aldehydes, ketones, acids and amines. You people are studying in the beginning itself. What to do? I would have done it after all these. Okay, I just repeat, I'll just go through because I have to continue from there. We didn't finish. That is why. So, last year you have learned till the molecular formula. I told you, qualitative, quantitative analysis, everything. I'll teach you at the end of the year. How did you do all that? So, till the molecular formula we have done. After that, based on the reactions given by glucose, we elucidate the structure. It was done by Bayer. So, first point what we said, it is adding hydrogen cyanide like any other carbonyl compound. It is adding hydrogen cyanide and it is undergoing condensation with hydroxylamine. So, it contains a carbonyl group. Then second point, we said that it reduces Tollens reagent and bromine water. So, we said that the carbonyl group should be an aldehyde because ketones, they do not reduce Tollens reagent and Fehling solution. Aldehydes only reduce. So, it gets oxidized to gluconic acid. That CH2 gets oxidized to COOH. So, we said that it contains an aldehyde group and we know that aldehyde group is monovalent. Ketone is bivalent. Ketone we write it like this. Aldehyde we write it like this. It is an aldehyde. It's monovalent. It has to be at the end of the chain. Second point. Third point what we said, we reacted with acetic anhydride. It added 5 molecules of or 5 moles of acetic anhydride to form a pentaacetate. Then we said that it is containing 5 hydroxyl groups. Third point, every point they will ask you, how do you prove the presence of this? How do you prove the presence of this? Okay, since it adds 5 molecules of acetic anhydride, it contains 5 OH groups and we said that any carbon containing 2 OH groups on the same carbon atom is unstable. So, all the 5 OH should be present on different carbon atoms. Then, we oxidized glucose or gluconic acid using concentrated nitric acid. Both of them, they give saccharic acid or gluconic acid. So, we said that it contains a primary alcoholic, one primary alcoholic group and primary alcoholic is monovalent. So, it should be at the other end of the chain. Then, we reduced it with hydrogen iodide on red phosphorus. We got N-hexane, very important, N-hexane, that is carbon, all the carbons in a single chain. We said that all the carbons are present in a single chain. So, based on all these observations, we put forth the structure of glucose as CH4 on one side, CH2OH on the other side and all the other OH groups on the other 4 carbon atoms. This was the structure given by Bayer and later you know that the carbon atom having 4 different groups is an asymmetric carbon and it will have a isomer, stereoisomer. And as it is, you have 4 asymmetric carbon atom. There should be 16 isomers, 2 to the power of 4. So, Emil Fischer finally gave the configuration of the OH groups of the glucose which our body takes. Okay, so this is the structure of glucose. Till here we had done. We had finished the open chain structure of glucose. Till here we had finished. Now could you recollect Bharadwaj, Krupa?
Yes, auntie.
Now you are able to recollect. Every point you have to register it thoroughly. Now next the question is this structure right? Is this structure right? How will you prove that it is right? By doing the retrosynthesis. That is taking a known molecule and back preparing, synthesizing the molecule. Now, there were few objections to this structure. What were the objections to this structure? First objection was, this is also very important. This is there in that syllabus. You have to learn this. What were the objections to this structure? First objection was CHO, though, see, aldehydes add, you study addition reactions of aldehydes under two reagents. That is, one is hydrogen cyanide, it will give you cyanohydride. Another is sodium bisulfite. It will give an addition compound with sodium bisulfite. These two are the addition reactions shown by all carbonyl compounds. But glucose, it adds HCN, but it doesn't add sodium bisulfite. Okay, that was first objection, why it is not adding. Okay, and another was that it reacts with, it reduces Stollen's reagent Fehling solution, but it doesn't reduce Schiff's reagent. This is also another reaction shown by aldehydes. It doesn't react Schiff's reagent. Okay, now what they did was, third point is very, very important. Third point is very important. What they did was, they took glucose and they crystallized it. An alcoholic or aqueous solution. They got two types of glucose. That is, one glucose at 303 Kelvin with melting point 419 Kelvin, and another at a higher temperature 373 Kelvin with melting point 423 Kelvin. That is, when they crystallize, what we do, no, we do this in the lab also. We crystallize it. That means what we do is, any compound we prepare in the lab, we call it as recrystallization. We dissolve it in a solvent. When we dissolve it in a solvent and we evaporate the solvent, normally the solvent will be very highly volatile solvent like alcohol or ether or acetone, like that. We dissolve it and keep it like that. Solvent will evaporate and you get beautiful crystals of the compound. Actually, it's a compulsory question. Whenever we analyze any compound, we have to reproduce it, recrystallize it. Its derivative, like that. When they did that, glucose gave two types of solids. One at 303 Kelvin with boiling point 419 Kelvin. Another at 373 Kelvin with melting point, it's a solid, melting point 423 Kelvin. So, when they analyzed those compounds, they found that there are two isomers of glucose. One is alpha glucose, another is beta glucose. So, to explain this, to explain all these observed properties, what scientists did was, they gave what is known as a cyclic structure for glucose. You give a cyclic structure for glucose, it is a ring-like structure wherein the ring opens with some reagents, doesn't open with some other reagents. Very interesting. It opens with some reagents and gives the reactions of the carbonyl group. With some other reagents, it doesn't open, it doesn't give the reactions of the normal reactions of the carbonyl group. Why it is so and what are the structures? When they analyzed that, what they did was, they found that, see, ring can be stable only if it is 4 or, because it's very stable, 4 or 5 membered ring. So, they linked 1 with 5 or 2 with 6, like that. In fructose, it is 2 with 6, and in glucose, it is 1 with 5. So, what they did was, they linked first and fifth. If you link in fructose second and fifth, you get a 5-membered ring. 5-membered ring. And if you link 1 and 5, you get a 6-membered ring. So, this 6-membered ring with oxygen, they are linked through oxygen. I will show you how it is linked. Very interesting to know. This compound is called as pyron. This compound is pyron, and this compound is furon. Furon. This is an organic compound. Completely organic. It's not a biochemical compound. So, since you can represent glucose as a 6-membered ring with 1 oxygen, 5 carbon, 1 oxygen, or 4 carbon, 1 oxygen, and you know that OSE is the suffix for carbohydrates. They are called as pyranose structure and furanose structures. Pyranose structure and furanose structure. Pyranose means 5 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. Furanose means 4 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. In the free state, all the monosaccharides, both pentoses, hexoses, they exist as pyranose structure. They exist as pyranose structure. But in the combined state, fructose, ribose, they all exist in the furanose structure. This is very, very important point. All the pentoses, hexoses in the free state as it is, they exist in the pyranose structure. But the ribose, deoxyribose, ribose and fructose in the combined state, they exist as furanose, because fructose in sucrose is furanose structure. It is not pyranose. Okay, so you have to know that. Now we'll see. So why it is opening with some and why it is not opening with some, and why it is, what is those two compounds, we will just see now. I'll just tell you that. That's very interesting. So you have alpha glucose. I'll write the structure. You have alpha glucose and you have open chain structure. Open chain structure, and you have beta glucose. You have alpha glucose structure, open chain structure, beta glucose structure. So what happens is that in the it is an equilibrium mixture containing 36% alpha glucose, 64% beta glucose, because beta glucose is more stable than alpha glucose. Okay, and this open chain structure is very little, 0.5%. 0.5%. And this, you know that glucose is optically active. Glucose is optically active and it is dextrorotatory. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by dextrorotatory?
Anti-clockwise,
Dextrorotatory. Dextrorotatory means it rotates the plane polarized light in the clockwise direction. Okay. So this glucose is dextrorotatory. That is why it is called as dextrose. I told you this. Fructose is levorotatory. This alpha glucose rotation is plus 1 degree centigrade degrees, and this is plus 19.2. Dextro means it is plus. Levo means minus. And what happens is that equilibrium mixture, as with the time, what will happen? Glucose will reduce, alpha glucose will reduce, beta glucose will increase, and open chain structure is having a rotation of 52.5 degrees. 5 degrees. So this will be an equilibrium mixture. What happens? Why it is opening with some and why it is not opening with some is, reason is, some reactions are irreversible, like Tollens with HCl, Fehlings, and bromine water, all these are irreversible. What do you mean by irreversible? What happens? You need the open chain structure. I'll write the structure and show you. It's very interesting actually. You have like this aldehyde. I'm not writing OH. Remember that. Always you remember that. Okay. Beta will be like this. Beta is like this. Alpha will be like this. So, what is the difference between alpha and beta? Alpha and beta, they differ in the configuration at carbon 1. Actually, when the aldehyde group opens, it also becomes asymmetric. Very interesting. Actually, I told you 32 isomers of glucose are possible. Only one is biologically active. So, when this opens, carbon, the OH group to the left will be beta. The OH group to the right will be alpha. So, when you write, just if you remember alpha glucose, you can finish off carbohydrates. Just listen to me. So, how will you write alpha glucose? You write 2, 1, 2. That is 2 on right side, first 1 and 2, third left, fourth, fifth right. All of you take a paper and pen. All of you take paper and pen and write alpha glucose. Alpha glucose, they differ in the configuration at carbon 1. And they keep changing. Alpha, beta, equilibrium, mixture, this open chain. That is called as mutarotation. That is the the sudden change in the configuration of the optically active compound, you call it a mutarotation. So they keep undergoing that change. So this what happens is for some reactions are irreversible. Here you have a free aldehyde group. This free aldehyde group will react. Like for example HCl. It will react. But they have to maintain this equilibrium. So what happens? Either alpha or beta will get converted to open chain. That portion will react. Again they will convert. That portion will react. Till the entire glucose is present in the open chain and it reacts, the reaction occurs. Okay? Understood? And with some reagents, they are weak enough, the reactions are reversible. That means again they will come back to these two alpha and beta form. The equilibrium is maintained. So that is why it doesn't react with certain reagents. Okay? So with certain reagents, because the reactions are irreversible, alpha beta are forced to get converted to open chain and react. Some reactions are reversible so that they come back to their, this is called as hemiacetal. This reaction you study in aldehydes. Hemiacetal or hemiketol. In fructose it is hemiketol. So in glucose it is hemiacetal or hemiketol form. So what you do is now you take a paper, rough paper and write alpha glucose. Then what you do? They just change the configuration at carbon 1. Okay, just change the configuration at carbon 1 and write beta glucose. Now write alpha glucose and beta glucose. All of you write alpha glucose and beta glucose. Can you write? First of all.
Yes, auntie.
Yes. 2, 1, 2. Remember. Then I'll tell you how to write the cyclic structure in habits.
Yeah, if you just know alpha, just switch the positions of that OH.
First carbon will switch the position.
It will be beta, right?
Beta. You write alpha and beta. Wrote, all of you? Kids, finished?
Yes, auntie.
Bharadwaj, Krupa, Rohit?
Yes, auntie.
Rohit, Bharadwaj, no answer.
Done, auntie.
Rohit?
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Done. Bharadwaj?
Auntie, finished, auntie.
Finished. Very good. Now I will tell you three definitions. Listen to me carefully. If the carbohydrate, if any monosaccharide differs in the configuration of first carbon, they are called as anomers. They are called as anomers. What are anomers? Alpha, beta are anomers. They differ in the configuration of the first carbon. If they differ in configuration of any other carbon, like galactose and glucose. Galactose and glucose, they differ in the configuration at 4. And mannose and glucose, they differ in the configuration at 2. They are called as epimers. Epimers. You write down all this. No book will give you all this. Anomers means they differ in the configuration of at first carbon, first asymmetric carbon. If they differ in the configuration at any other carbon atom, they are called as epimers. Glucose, galactose are epimers. Alpha, beta, glucose are anomers. Okay, and these are nothing to do with the rotation. Rotation you can determine only by doing the experiment. Okay, so it is beta, alpha, beta, both are dextrorotatory. Glucose, it is never minus. Glucose is always plus. Okay, glucose is always plus. And now to determine the configuration, I told you they did the retrosynthesis. What they did was they took the first simplest compound related to carbohydrate, which was glyceraldehyde. To assign the configuration, what they did was they took glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde, if you see, you have the last but one carbon, that is the highest asymmetric carbon. Listen to me very carefully. The highest asymmetric carbon in glyceraldehyde, it is having OH to the right. Okay, then what they did was they grew the carbon chain keeping this OH at the right. So whatever the glucose they got, they called it as D-glucose. They called it as D-glucose. And this glyceraldehyde has its isomer like this. That is OH on the left hand side. OH on the left hand side. If you grow from that glyceraldehyde, you will get L-glucose. So D and L refer to the configuration at the highest asymmetric carbon atom. That is the 5th carbon atom. So now glucose is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 asymmetric carbon atoms. So if they differ in the first carbon, they are called as anomers. If they differ in any other carbon atom, they are called as epimers. And if they differ in the highest asymmetric carbon, they are called as D and L. D and L, nothing to do with dextron revolotatory. They are to do with the OH on the right on the highest asymmetric carbon. Is that very clear? Children will get confused here only.
Can you repeat, Auntie?
I repeat, if they differ in the configuration of the lowest asymmetric carbon atom, that is first carbon atom, they are called as anomers.
Okay, Auntie.
Carbon. If they differ in the configuration at the highest asymmetric carbon atom, that is the fifth. If you write OH here, if you write the cycle here, it is L glucose, D and L, capital D and L, capital L. And if they differ in the configuration at any other carbon atom, you call it as epimers. Understood?
Yes, Auntie.
Okay.
Yes,
Now what we will do is, so now it was given the structure. Okay, that is cyclic structure and open chain structure, everything. Now see the fun now. You will love carbohydrate like anything. Now what we do is, okay, now every time I cannot write this structure, so it was given a more compact structure. That was called as Haworth structure. Haworth structure resembling benzene and the lower portion to the observer. So what they did was, listen to me. What they did was, you keep writing the structure. It is so fun, I tell you. This is, you just write oxygen at one end and you write the benzene ring. Now what you do is, for these are all carbon atoms, you show both the bonds. Okay, both the bonds you show. Then what you do is, you remember RD. Actually, we had when I was teaching in the first college, we had a sir by name RD. I used to tell the students loved him, physics teacher he was, Rajesh, D Rajesh. So I used to tell them, do you remember RD sir? You all like RD sir? They all said, yes ma'am, we all like him. So I said, you remember RD sir? You can write the structure of carbohydrates. So what is that? Write down. So what does it mean? Whatever is there on the right hand side, put it down. OH, the first carbon atom, this is first carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So first carbon atom OH to the right, put it down. Second also to the right, put it down and link carbon with oxygen only. Don't put a line so that it looks good. No, carbon should be linked to oxygen only. Third to the left, so put it up, left up. Right down, left up. And fourth to the right, so put it down, link carbon to oxygen. Fifth, always you write CH2OH here. Always you write CH2OH up. Understood, all of you?
Yes, Auntie.
So, whatever you are writing on the right hand side of the chain, put it down, left hand side put it up. But you have to write all the hydrogens. All the hydrogens you have to write. Even if you miss one hydrogen, it is wrong. Structure, I will put it wrong. I am not writing here because to make you clearly understand OH position so that you can definitely write hydrogen. Now what you do, this is called a Haworth structure. Haworth structure, pyranose structure. So this is D plus, this is alpha D plus glucopyranose. Such a big name. Alpha because it is, why alpha? Because on the first carbon atom it is to the right. So alpha. Why D? D because on the highest carbon atom it is to the right. So D. Y plus plus because it is dextrorotatory. So glucopyranose, pyran structure I am writing OSE because it's a sugar. So it is alpha D plus glucopyranose. Alpha D plus glucose. Now what you do, write the Hayward structure of both alpha and beta. You have to put hyphen after alpha, after D, after plus. All the three hyphen. Now what you do? You write alpha D plus glucopyranose, beta D plus glucopyranose.
Auntie, the one which comes in the left side should come on top, and the one which should come on the right should come down, right?
Yes. Class ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವ ಸೀರೆಗೆ? ಸರಿ. ಸರಿ. ಓಕೆ. You wrote, all of you? All of you wrote? Kids?
Yes, Auntie, done, Auntie.
Alpha D plus, beta D plus, both you wrote.
Yes, Auntie. Just we just need to change for beta. Just
Beta
what comes down.
only the first carbon atom.
Yes, Auntie. Got it, Auntie.
Okay.
Done, Auntie.
Done. Very good. Now you see, you will teach me the structures of glucose now. Now what we do is, after learning this, we will learn fructose. Okay? We will learn fructose. See the fun now. Now fructose is present in fruits. That is why it's called as fruit sugar. And it is levorotatory, so it is called as levulose. Same molecule of all monosaccharides, aldohexose, ketohexose, aldohexose, they have the same molecular formula C6H12O6. Okay? Oh, correct time Rishi joined. Very good, Rishi. You joined at the right time. I just finished glucose. I'll teach you. Don't worry. They will learn fructose. I'll teach you glucose by the time they learn. Now we will learn fructose. Fructose is called as fruit sugar. It is levorotatory, levulose, so it is always minus. Fructose is always, all these small points very, very important. Okay, so always minus. So how does the fructose structure will be? Okay, very interesting. Fructose structure, you remember. I will tell you this. Now you write 6 carbon atoms, you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms you write. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. 6 carbon atoms you write. All of you write. Rishi, you just wait. I'll teach you for you. I'll teach for you. Others will write. 6 carbon atoms you write. From the third carbon atom, same as glucose. From the third carbon atom, same as glucose. That is third to the left, fourth, fifth to the right. All of you write. Third to the left, fourth, fifth to the right, and you write CH2OH at the end. From third, it is same as glucose. From the third carbon atom, it is same as glucose. First and second, it will differ. Why it will differ? Because glucose is a aldohexose and fructose is a ketohexose. You have to have a keto group. So, you put on the second carbon atom carbonyl group. Rishi, you learn this. I will teach you glucose. You learn this. So, what you do is you put CH2OH here. So, from the third carbon atom, write same as glucose. First and second, you write CH2OH and CO. That's all. Understood, kids?
Andy, can you tell for the first and second carbon one time?
From the third, it is same as glucose. No change. First and second, first you write CH2OH. Second, you write keto group, carbonyl group, CO group.
Okay, Andy.
Now see the fun. Now don't write anything. Just listen to me. Now what I do is I have to link. See, I have to link second carbon now, because the glycose this you call it as glycosidic linkage. That is through oxygen. Okay, so the glycosidic linkage through oxygen, it can be only from there is aldehyde or keto group. Okay, only that can involve in the formation. So for fructose, it has to be from second and sixth. If it is pyranose, so how will I write? Just see now. How will I write? And here also, if I write OH to right hand side, it will be alpha. OH to left hand side, it will be beta. So I will write like this. From the third, it remains the same. And like this. So what you do is you write the second carbon atom first, and second carbon atom this will become OH, like aldehyde, like in glucose. This becomes OH, and if you write OH to right, it is alpha D minus fructose. If you write OH to left, it is beta D minus fructose. Understood?
Yes, Andy.
Now I repeat, you have to link the aldehyde or ketonic group with the OH group of another carbon to form a hemiketal form. So here to get pyranose structure means what? You have to have 5 carbon, 1 oxygen. So to get that 5 carbon, 1 oxygen, you have to link the second with 6th. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. 5 carbon atoms, 1 oxygen. So what you do? You write the second carbon atom first and OH right and CH2OH. This CH2OH on the left. And write third OH here, fourth, fifth here and link to the 6th one. If you link, you are going to get alpha D minus fructose. Alpha D minus fructose. Now what you do? Now all of you write alpha D minus fructose, beta D minus fructose, open chain structures and the Hawood structure. Open chain structures and the Hawood structure. Can you write first of all? I asked you to write it on the board if you were in front of me. How many of you can write?
Andy, what and all we should write?
What you should write? Alpha D minus fructose, which I have written it on the board. Okay? Beta D minus fructose. What will you do for that?
In the second carbon, we have to change CH to OH to
Yes,
OH.
switch this.
Yes.
Okay, you will get beta D minus. Then write the Hayward structures for both. Can you try?
We can do it, Auntie.
Yes, do it. Do it. I will anyway write it, but you just do it. I'll write it on the board, but you try it. All of you try.
And you have to write even the pyranose structure also.
Huh?
You have to write even the pyranose structure.
Yes, Hayward structure. Pyranose
Okay.
structure. Pyranose only I have written. So you have to write the pyranose structure only. Okay? Now, Rishi, we were just discussing the structure of glucose. We discussed the structural illustration of glucose in the last class, and we gave the open chain structure, and later there were some objections because it opened with certain reagents, it doesn't open with certain other reagents. So they gave a cyclic structure for glucose. Okay, that cyclic structure opens with some, and that means some reactions which are irreversible it will open, which are reversible it doesn't open. Okay, that was the reason, and we gave the cyclic structure. More than anything else, you have to know the structure of glucose. So how did we learn that? For structure of glucose, this is for Rishi, others writing. So this is the structure of glucose, Rishi. How will you remember? 2 on the right, 3rd left, 4th, 5th right. 1, 2 right, 3rd left, 4th, 5th right. Okay, this is the structure, and all the hydrogens are there. I am not writing them, that's all. To avoid confusion, I am not writing. You have to write. Now, if you change the OH to this side, only on the first carbon atom, all the others remaining the same. This is alpha and this is beta. Rishi, if you don't follow anything, you have to stop. You have to stop me. I'll explain it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
able to understand, ma'am.
OH on the first carbon atom to right it is alpha. OH to left on the first carbon atom it is beta. Now when you link them to get a pyron is a compound with 5 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen. To get that structure, what I do is I link first and fifth. First and fifth. Even in beta. So to make that simpler, we yes, compact structure was given by Haworth. That is called as Haworth structure. How will you write that structure? You write like this. You write a benzene ring, hexagon with oxygen at one end, and write all the bonds for the, these are all carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever is there on the right, put it down. RD, you remember. Put it down. So OH, first carbon atom down, second down, third up, fourth down, and you have to link carbon with oxygen only. Don't link carbon with hydrogen. Wrong chemistry. Then fifth carbon atom, you put it like this. Fifth carbon atom, H here, all the hydrogens are there. All the hydrogens are there. I am not showing, that's all. So, right, down, left, up. This is alpha D plus C. Alpha, beta, they differ at the first carbon atom. They are called as anomers. D and L, they differ at the highest carbon atom, highest asymmetric. D, OH to right, capital D, OH to left, capital L, D and L. Plus and minus do not refer to the configuration, they refer to the rotation. Plus means dextrorotatory, minus means levorotatory. You cannot know the rotation by the structure, not possible. You have to do the experiment for that. Okay, so alpha D plus glucose will be like this, beta D they will differ here. So now Rishi, what you have to do? Alpha D plus glucose, beta D plus glucose, and their Haworth structures you have to write. Write that, and then they are writing fructose. You learn fructose also along with that. Finished, kids?
Finished, auntie.
Finished. Krupa, Rohit, why you are not answering? Finding it difficult, Rohit? Oh, Rohit left the meeting. Krupa,
Done, auntie.
done. So, how will you write the fructose now? Like this. Like this. OH to the right, put it down and put CH2OH here. Left up, third.
Ma'am,
Oh, what happened, Rohit? You left
ma'am,
meeting.
there's a lot of internet issue on my side, so it's breaking. I'm not able to hear.
Oh.
I'm trying to switch my net, but it's not. It's getting
But
stuck.
from my side, it is correct. There are
Yes, ma'am.
no break at all.
I don't think so because otherwise it was smooth.
Okay, fourth right, put it down. Fifth also, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 also down. And fifth is here, sixth is here. So what you do here is, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the sixth carbon atom. So put H and H here. That's it. Put 2H over here. Write it, all of you. Now how will you write beta? You wrote the same. There is no difference, kids.
Yes, auntie. I wrote the same.
Okay. Now switch this. You will get beta. Okay. Now as I told you, fructose in the combined form exists as furanose. That is 5-membered ring. How will I write the 5-membered ring? Then you will link to this carbon. And you keep it CH2OH as it is. Now you write alpha D plus fructofuranose and beta D minus fructofuranose. Both open chain and have structure.
Auntie,
You write alpha D minus fructofuranose, beta D minus fructofuranose. Both open chain and have structure.
auntie, can you tell why that minus symbol is coming, auntie? One second.
Minus symbol is coming because it is levorotatory. It will rotate the plane polarized to left.
Yes, okay, auntie. So plus means dextrorotate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, if you write furanose structure, carbon 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th here. On the first carbon atom, put it down. CH2OH. 1, 2, no, I wrong. 1, 2, 3. Third up, fourth down, fifth down, and you put CH2OH. This will be, if you write hydrogens, this will be alpha D minus fructofuranose. Now you write beta D minus fructofuranose. Both open chain and this. Have it started. Rishi, you also write it. Over. Bharadwaj, Krupa. Oh, Abhik left the meeting. Oh, I think some disturbance in the internet. Rishi, you are able to write?
And I finished, auntie.
You finished. Krupa?
Yes, I'm able to write.
Yes, auntie.
Good. Rohit?
Ma'am, not exactly, ma'am, because it's not there from first.
Oh. See, right side, whatever is there, put it down. Left side, whatever is there, put it up.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So this is furanose structure. That is 4 carbon, 1 oxygen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will give you exercise. You write galactose. Galactose is also dextrorotatory. Okay. Galactose differs from glucose in the 4th carbon atom. In the 4th carbon atom. I will not write the structure. You write the structure. In the 4th carbon atom, it differs. So you write alpha D plus galactose, beta D plus galactose, and alpha D plus galactopyranose, beta D plus galactopyranose. Write all the structures. If you listen to the class properly, you don't have to see the book again. Trust me. Oh, you have in-text question. You have to answer one, 2 in-text questions are there. I saw that. List. Oh, at the end only. Okay.
Auntie, Abik has a current cut in his house, Auntie.
Oh, yeah, I thought so. There is some problem. Otherwise, he won't leave like that. Even I thought so. You are able to write galactose. Kids, D plus galactose, beta D plus galactose, and pyranose structures.
Yes, Auntie, I wrote.
Very good. Krupa,
Yes,
Auntie,
Auntie.
why is it not given in book, Auntie?
book man. But I better write a textbook, man. I feel so. And
Yes, Auntie.
you, wrong structure is given in the textbook. Sucrose, wrong structure is given. Don't read the textbook. I'll tell you why it is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. That is why I am not happy with any of the textbooks. I write my own notes. Always I write my own notes. Rishi, you are able to understand, follow now?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Rohit, try to follow as much as possible. Then you can see the recording later.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay. Galactose you are able to write now. So glucose and galactose are epimers. I told you this. They are epimers. Now what you have to do? We have finished. Actually, there are so many monosaccharides. Cellobiose, mannose, rhamnose. But you are not studying the structure of all of them. Only this much is enough for us. Glucose, fructose, galactose. Now we will study the structure of few disaccharides. Okay, I will tell you how it is. You can yourself write the structure. It's very interesting. I will not go into the details of everything, but you can just write. We will start with maltose because maltose is the easiest structure. Maltose is easiest, so I will start with maltose. All the disaccharides have the molecular formula C12H22O11. O11. And you can hydrolyze them, break it into 2 monosaccharides. In the body, it is always hydrolyzed by enzymes. Maltose, maltase enzyme, lactose, lactase enzyme, sucrose, sucrase enzyme, like that. They are given the same name. Okay. Now, malt, it is called as malt sugar. Okay, maltose, it is called as malt sugar because it is present in the malt means that is the husk or the sprouted barley seeds, you call it as malt. Okay, that sprouted seeds is called as malt. It is present in that, it is called as malt sugar. So when you hydrolyze maltose, you just know that it will give you 2 alpha D glucose units. 2 alpha D glucose units. And both are, see, 2 like C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. They react. And you remove a molecule of water. They undergo condensation. That is called as removal of a small molecule. When two molecules react with the elimination of a small molecule like ammonia, methyl alcohol, water, like that you call it as a condensation reaction. Condensation means two molecules are condensed. Okay, it's condensation reaction. If you study aldehydes, all that you will know. So if you react to alpha D and remove a molecule of water, you are going to get maltose. So how will I write now? How is the linkage? That is called, as I told you, glycosidic linkage. C1 of 1 glucose is linked to C4. If you know this much, you can write. So you write maltose, molecular formula, to it constitutes monomers 2 alpha D glucose units and linkage C1 of one with C4 of the other. So what we'll do is, I will just show you how to write the open chain structure. Just follow it in the Hayward structure. Now what you do, if you write it in pencil, it is easier because you can erase and show the linkage. If you have a pencil, write 2 alpha D using pencil. Because I am writing it on the board, it's easier, I can erase it. First what I will do, I will write 2 alpha D glucose units. It's very interesting to learn the structure of glucose. All the carbohydrates. I will first write the open chain structure, or you can write the cyclic structure also. Now what I will do, I will write the cyclic structure. How will I write the cyclic structure? Like this. Link C1 to C5. C1 to C5. Write the structure. Now what I have to do, C1 of one glucose is linked to C4 of the other glucose. That means you remove one OH here, another OH here. OH react, you remove H2O, only one O is left. So you show it like this. Or you can show it like this also. You show one oxygen at the center. Why I am showing like this means there is no in-between bond like that. It's a molecule, 3 dimension. You can write it. If I write it over this, that means that this bond is not affected. This bond is not affected. It is just the linkage here. See, so this is the non-reducing part, because this OH here on the first carbon, it is involved in glycosidic linkage. So this is the non-reducing half. But this OH is there. It is the reducing half. So it's a reducing sugar. Only sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. All others are reducing. Why? I will tell you. Because in sucrose neither CHO is free nor CO is free. Both are involved in linkage. That is why it's a non-reducing sugar. So in maltose, this is the non-reducing half, this is the reducing half. So you write first 2 glucose, you write 2 alpha D glucose, you write, and then you link C1 of first carbon, first molecule, with C4 of the next molecule. Wrote all of you? Wrote all of you, Bharadwaj?
Any 1 second.
alpha D glucose unit, C1 of one glucose is linked to C4 of the other. These 3 points are very important.
Wrote it.
Wrote it. Now you write the Hayward structure. Very easy. I will show you how to write. You write 2 molecules like this. Okay, 2 molecules you write. And you write the bonds. Now, see, this is first carbon of this molecule. This molecule, first molecule, carbon 1. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of the second molecule. So it is alpha. So it was here. OH was here. On the fourth carbon atom, it is to the right. That means down. So both were here. So you removed a molecule of water here. So you show the linkage like this. And the rest of the molecule write as it is. Right down, left up. Same thing. Right down, left up. But don't forget to write the hydrogens. Don't say that, ma'am, auntie taught me like this only without hydrogens. Over? Over, kids?
Yes, aunty.
Krupa, Rohit, Rishi?
Yes, auntie.
Rohit, Rishi? Rishi? No answer, why? Rohit? Don't know what happens to the internet in between. Finished, Rishi and Rohit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rohit? Rohit is having lot of internet issues today. He is not answering at all. Otherwise, he will answer. Okay. Now, next you write lactose. You write lactose. Molecular formula, same. It is present in milk. It is present in milk. It is called as milk sugar. Lactose is called as milk sugar. Write it down. Molecular formula same. C12H22O11. It is present in both animal milk and human. Even human milk also. So it is called as lactose. Now on hydrolysis, if I just give you this, you can write everything. On hydrolysis, it will give you beta D galactose and beta D glucose. Lactose is levorotatory, minus it is. Lactose is minus levorotatory and it contains beta D galactose, write down monomers, beta D galactose, beta D glucose. C1 of linkage, you write down linkage. C1 of beta D galactose is linked with C4 of beta D glucose. Now you write galactose, you write glucose, link it and write the Hayward structure. I will write it on the board, you write it. For me it is easier, for you it is, you have to. I will just change it here only. For me. Hello? Indra? Oh, yes. Kids, you are able to write? Can anybody send a class link? Ah. Steve wanted, so now, so what you have to do now? Oh, wait, I made it. So it will be like this, beta. Beta means what? You can also show like this to make it easier. Nothing wrong if you show like that, but no, better show like this one. Correct. So you can show hydrogen. That's better. Okay. So beta D galactose means, beta means OH on the left. Galactose means on the fourth it is on the left. So write both on the left. And beta D glucose means on the first it is left. So we will have to change it here now. We will have to change. So what you have to change? On the first it was here. First carbon atom beta. Fourth on the left. So up. Here also it is up. Now linkage is, now OH on the, for the glucose it is right, down, galactose on the first it is beta, up. So linkage is like this. So you remove water, the linkage will be like this. You show the linkage like this. So be very careful while writing lactose. Lactose, you have to show the linkage like this. All the three are different. Maltose, lactose, sucrose, all the three linkages are different. So maltose, it will be like this. Lactose, it will be like this. And sucrose, it is like this. So all the three are different. You can remember easily, no problem at all. Okay, so write the structure. This is alpha D minus lactose. Sorry, beta D minus lactose. One book, one mistake is there. I saw in different books one new mistake. You wrote all of you? Bharadwaj?
Yes, aunty.
Wrote. Rishi? Rohit?
I wrote it now.
Wrote it.
Aunty, from here only it is deleted, aunty.
Ah, this is what is deleted, but I thought I will teach you disaccharides. Polysaccharides is easier to understand. I don't have to teach you, can learn. But that's also very important. You have to learn that also. Better learn that also. Okay. Krupa, finished, ma?
Yes, Auntie.
Okay. Now, galactose over. Now, sucrose. Sucrose, same thing. It is also a disaccharide present in cane sugar. It is sugar cane juice. So, it is called as cane sugar. Malt sugar, milk sugar, cane sugar. So, fruit sugar, grape sugar. All of them. So, now on hydrolysis, it will give you alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Very important. Alpha D glucose and beta D fructose. Fructose is the sweetest. 170 is the sweet rate. Fructose is the sweetest. Okay. So you hydrolyze sucrose. Sucrose is dextrorotatory. But when you hydrolyze it, you get glucose and fructose. Fructose is levorotatory. Rotation is higher. So dextro becomes levo. So it becomes levo. That is why it is called as invert sugar. Inversion of sugar. So now what I will write? And fructo, it is furanose. It is not pyranose. It is furanose. So I will write the structure. And here linkage is C1 of alpha D glucose to C2 of beta D fructose. Write down. Units present: alpha D glucose, beta D fructose. Alpha D glucopyranose, beta D fructofuranose. 5-membered ring. And linkage C1 of alpha D glucose to C2 of beta D fructose. So, how will it look like? Write the open chain structure first. Then it will be easier for you to write the Hayward structure. I will show you how to write the Hayward structure. So, beta D means it is OH here, CH2OH here, COH here, COH here, COH here, CH2 here. So, this is alpha D glucose, this is beta D fructose, fructopyranose, fructofuranose. No, I have to link here. Sorry. I have to link here. Like this. Alpha D glucopyranose, beta D fructofuranose. Now you have to link C1 and C2. So C1 is here, C2 is here. So just straight link it like this. Straight linkage like this. But when you write the Hayward structure, you write it like this. Because alpha D OH down, beta D fructose OH up. So like this, the linkage will be like this. And you will write H, second, third, fourth, fifth. Here also CH2OH, 1, 2. This is the third up, fourth, CH2OH like this. This hydrogen is here. This hydrogen. Okay, that hydrogen I have written it. And as you can see in sucrose, aldehyde group is also not free and keto group is also not free. So it is a non-reducing sugar. In lactose and maltose, one of them is reducing, one half. But in sucrose, both the halves are involved, so it is non-reducing sugar. Sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Easy? Finished? Over? Bharadwaj, Krupa?
Finished, auntie.
Yes, Auntie.
Yeah, okay. Now this finishes disaccharides, polysaccharides, starch, glycogen and cellulose. Starch, if you hydrolyze, you will get maltose. Same structure as maltose. Starch and hydrolysis will give you, it has got two components, amylose and amylopectin. 15% amylose, 85% amylopectin. Amylose is the water soluble component. Amylopectin is the water insoluble component. Amylose same as maltose. Amylopectin you will have, apart from 1,4 linkage, you will have 1,6 linkages. After every 20 to 24, see, you will have like this. After every 24 glucose, you will have 1,6 linkage. That is the sixth carbon atom. Like this. Like this. That OH and this OH will react. Like this. You will have branching after every 20 to 24 units glucose. You will have a branching like this. This is amylopectin. Okay. Then glycogen same as amylopectin, but it is more branched. After 10 to 14 glucose units, you will have like this. Okay. Then coming to cellulose, cellulose is having beta glucose units. That is why we are not able to digest. Linkage is like this. Cellulose, that is cotton, wood. Cotton is 90 to 95% cellulose. Okay, so it will have beta D glucose units. 1,4 linkage only, beta D glucose. So first carbon atom OH up, so you will have linkages like this. It is not branched. It is like this only. It goes on and on like this. This is cellulose. Okay, so this is about the structures of all the carbohydrates you have. I thought I'll teach you 20 amino acids. I wanted to teach you in a very different way. Nicely, all the 20 you will learn immediately. Like that. But I didn't get time. Next class I will definitely teach you all the 20 amino acids. Trust me, you will learn it very well. Okay. Now, last thing in carbohydrates is the importance. I think that is also deleted, but you can know. It gives 1 gram of carbohydrate will give you 4 kilocalories of energy, whereas fat will give you 9. But carbohydrate is the main source of energy. Carbohydrate is the main source of energy, and that energy is stored as glycogen in animals and starch in plants. Whenever you require, it will convert back and it will give you source, biofuel. That energy is given to all the activities. It acts as a biofuel, reserve food material, and for construction like wood. Okay, as an industry material for paper, wood, all the industry material, and also they are also present in, as I told you, prosthetic group in glycoproteins, in lipids, and along with that, and very important, adenosine triphosphate, that is the energy currency. That also contains glucose. Okay, ribose. It contains ribose, not glucose, ribose, deoxyribose. DNA and RN, they also contain, and ATP and ADP also they contain. So all these are the biological importance of carbohydrate. So this finishes carbohydrate. Did you enjoy the structures? Kids,
I enjoyed it.
you enjoyed. Krupa,
Yes, Auntie.
nice. No, Rishi, Rohit,
Yes, ma'am. Nice, ma'am.
nice. You just learned today itself. Today before sleeping, you write alpha D, beta D glucose, galactose, fructose, pyranose, furanose. You can easily write lactose, maltose, sucrose. Aram se write everything in a sheet of paper and sleep. You will remember thoroughly. It will go to subconscious mind. Okay? I will send you the notes. Then you can just copy it. Actually, it's a printed notes. I will just, if you can give me the mail, I can just give you the mail ID. I can just send you the mail ID. You can, but structures are not there in that. You have to write the structures.
And you
Full
told you
biomolecules
send
notes is
that P block one word and all, Auntie.
That also I have to send. That also I have to send. I will send all the things. All the things I will send. I have to sit and do all that. I was little busy with all the festivals going on. I'll finish all the festivals and then I will do that work. Okay? So next class we will learn amino acid structures, all the 20. And classification of amino acids, everything. We'll finish off amino acids in the next class. You please answer the in text also. Then vitamins is not there. Enzymes is not there. Vitamins is not there. Hormones also little bit is there. So if I finish proteins, in another one class I can finish off that, and nucleic acids, one class. Another I think 2 classes.
And for us, they did not teach hormones itself, Auntie.
Hormones not much is there.
And they told
No
they have already taught in earlier classes, so they told they'll not teach.
I will tell you, it's not much. Structure is also not there. No structure. Only few basic idea. That's all. That I will teach you. Actually, proteins only act as all these. Antibiotics, transport agents, like hemoglobin or structural material, and then this hormones. All these are proteins only. Like insulin, oxytocin, they are hormones. Like I will teach you that. I will teach you under the classification. Classification of proteins is very important. Lot of things are there. Based on so many factors they are classified. I will teach you that neatly. Okay? That you learn. And structure of amino acids, very important. Different ways they ask. You have to know all the 20. I'll teach you that. I've learnt it in a very simple way. All the 20. Okay? I'll teach you that in the next class. Okay? Bye kids. We'll continue on Wednesday. No Monday class. Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Auntie.